or this is my first ever YouTube video, and I don't know, I just decided to want to make a channel and just put some time into that. So this is gonna be more focused on like lifting and stuff like that because I partake in that as well as just my thoughts on the day, whatever comes to mind. I don't know, but I wanted to start with something like that all of us go through as a lifter, and it's like, how do you find that continued motivation? How do you keep going when it's like a lot of the time you feel like I don't want to do this anymore, or it's not as fun as it used to be, or I haven't really been hitting my goals. And like the biggest thing I've found is that if you're lifting just to feel better or like look better, it's not really like it's never gonna feel it's never gonna feel good. Like you should be lifting because you enjoy doing it. It should just be like a hobby that you enjoy. You shouldn't be like doing it to impress someone, doing it for whatever reason like that. It's not meant to do that. Obviously having a six pack would be cool, but it's like, does anyone really care about these things? No. Half the things that you think people care about, they don't really give a shit about? So it's like, how do you find the motivation for you to do it? That's the whole thing. So I can't tell you how to find your own motivation, but for me, it's more of just like, you just got to do it. I think of it as something you got to do, just like eating or breathing, drinking water. All that stuff is necessary for you to live. So I would just say, try and think of it in a different way than you've been thinking about it. Like if it's really hard for you to go to the gym for an hour, go to the gym for 30 minutes. If it's really hard for you to do 10 sets, do 5 sets or whatever. So just like find ways to make it easier, and then eventually it'll become second nature to work out and do these things. Because I feel like everyone needs to be working out. There's no real like, most people have no excuse to not work out in some capacity, just to be healthy. You don't even have to be, you don't have to have powerlifting goals. You don't have to have any goals like that. But I just feel like it can be so important to have something that you care about and that you can just, when you get home after school or after work and you just want to do something that you enjoy. It's a hobby. It's not something that, I don't know. I just feel like it's become to a point where it's like, some people try to make it out more than it is. And it's like, gym culture can be super toxic. That's another thing that like bothers me is like when you see these people posting on IG, they're like crazy physique, and it's like all of that's lighting. Plus, it's like some of these people are on steroids. Some of these people have been working out for 10 years. Like you can never compare yourself to someone else. Once you do that, you've already failed because you're never going to be happy. When you look at someone else, and you compare them to yourself, you're never going to be happy. Never. Not once is someone ever like, and if you really look at someone and you look down on someone that just started at the gym, like you're a loser. Like what are you doing for doing that? You eventually at some point you started just like them, and your goals were just to be there, and you never want to feel like other people are judging you, and it's like no one at the gym cares. So many of these people just go to the gym to work out and that's it. Like nobody cares that you're there. Nobody's like actively like looking at you or like anything like that. Nobody cares about that shit. So like if you're scared to get into the gym, don't be. It's like there's no reason to be scared of starting something new, you know? I feel like that's another big thing that just like people struggle with starting new things, and it's like it is scary at first, but you kind of just got to get out there and do it. I don't know. Um what else could we say about lifting? I feel like, again, how do you find that motivation? I would say just going back to that. I feel like you got to do it for yourself. Don't do it for anyone else. Don't do it because your girlfriend told you to do it. Don't do it because your best friend told you to do it. Do it because you want to do it, and because that it gives you more confidence and it makes you more happy as a person. Because the more confidence you have, the more self-esteem you have, the better you're gonna feel just in life. The more confidence you're gonna have to talk to people, to be outgoing, and all those things are positive. Building relationships, all that stuff. I feel like the gym can be so crucial to doing that. I mean, I've struggled myself so many times with the whole motivation thing of like, how can I find a reason to go to the gym? because I'll go for 5 days a week for, like, 4 or 5 months, and then maybe sometime you get sick or something happens, and then you don't go for a day, and then it becomes a few days, and then it becomes a week or a few weeks, then it becomes a month, and then you're like eventually you get back into it, but it's like you're missing out on gains and just, like I feel like you're just missing out on the process, you know? That's another thing when it's like, you can't expect progress if you're not consistent. You can be consistent in so many different ways, like, one person can be consistent by going 3 days a week, and if you can go 3 days a week, 52 weeks for the whole year, that's big. You'll make gains like that. It's really just how can you do it more consistently? Like, even me, I agree that I need to do that more consistently. I mean, I don't have the greatest physique ever, but, you know, it's not about that. I feel like if you can't go to the gym and just be happy there, then you need to really assess the root of those issues. Like, why am I judging myself and comparing myself to other people when it's like, you don't need to do those things, you know? It brings you nothing. Like, you will never find any joy in comparing yourself to other people. The only thing you should ever be doing is comparing yourself to yourself, you know? Every day, try and be 1% better, you know? Try and be better than you were the last day. I don't know, but this is just my kind of my pre-workout thoughts. I don't know. We'll get there. We'll get in there and we'll taper up more. I always start back day with pull-ups normally. I just feel like it's the best one to start with. It's the second one I like to do. Just I call it like the side lat handle, but I mean the name doesn't really matter. Sure, it gives you good lat extension. I feel like the most important part is definitely stretching the muscles because that adds the tension. Okay, I call that one straight lat handle, but there's probably some other name for it, I don't really know. But again, just focus on slowing it down. Also, I do pretty much 12 reps or 10 reps at least on every set. I don't know how science-based that is, but that's just what I do. That one's called back bar, but another one that's just like kind of a staple of my back days. You just gotta stay locked in though, you know? It only hurts when you're working out. After the set, you don't feel shit. Then we got the rear delt, obviously. Pretty fatigued at this point, so makes sense I didn't get as many reps. Just gotta keep locking in. Another tension focused exercise, which is the bicep handle. Again, you need the tension to and the stretch to fully work the muscles, and I just feel like that's the biggest part of it. You know, that's what I've been preached at least. That it's always the stretch. It's not about the other aspects of it. We continue. Another one I love to do, or just started trying out, was the bicep rope, I call it. Which again, these names are very generic and stupid, but it's another one that I like because again, the stretch, and I feel it gives you good pump. You know, not that these things really matter, but yeah. Almost done. Guys, always remember at the end of the workout, just do a little bit of cardio. Just do like a 20 minutes walking 3.0 miles an hour, or do whatever you can do, you know? I like to do the incline 14% with 3 miles an hour. But it doesn't matter what you do for cardio. Just try and get 10,000 steps a day. It's another like lame, boring take, but like if you get 10,000 steps a day, you're doing great, guys. I don't think you could ask for much more. Also, I don't anticipate to be doing like fitness advice, but this is just like things I think about and yeah, my thought process when I'm working out. All right, I just finished that up. I'm trying to do some cardio real quick, so catch you guys later. All right, let's check out the pump. It is like 30 minutes after the walking, so the pump is probably dead, but we can check it out. Good looking back pump, honestly. Good looking bicep. I mean, yeah, dude. Oh. Great looking pump, honestly. But yeah, like, I don't know, guys. It's been a good one. I would say going back to the thing we started the video with, just like finding your motivation, and it's not rocket science. It's just like find the reason that you want to do something. You want to lift. You want to do whatever hobby, and just do it. You know, just in general in life. You don't want to go your whole life not doing anything fun, not doing anything meaningful. You know, I don't know, and I feel like the gym is just a great place to start doing positive things that are healthy. Just any healthy habit. You should always try and start a healthy habit because you never know how important healthy habits can be. They can push you forward and make you start new things that you never thought you would try. I don't know. But again, I just feel like the gym is such a good one to try. I think everyone needs to try the gym. And guys, don't be scared to get in there. Like, I promise you, nobody is thinking that, oh, you're so small. Like, and if they do, who cares, bro? Who cares that that person thinks that your arms are smaller than theirs? Who gives a shit, bro? You shouldn't care. You should look at yourself in the mirror and be happy that you went there today and you gave it everything you had. You know, that's the biggest thing. Go in the gym. You're not going to feel like doing it every day, and that's fine. But you know what? Give it every bit of energy you have that day. And then maybe tomorrow you'll feel better. Maybe not, but that's how I rest and I go to bed. It's just knowing that I gave it my all that day, you know, just in life in general. Just give everything your best effort because you don't want to go to bed and be like, damn, I should have done more. I should have lifted more. I should have lifted heavier. None of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to live like that. And then, I don't know, just continue trying to be a better person every day, guys. You know? All right, I don't even know if this video's like had anything interesting. I don't know. Also, I'm not like a big, like, I'm into fitness, but like, I don't know everything for fitness, you know? Like, I talk some of it, but like, you don't have to take advice for like what lifts you should be doing. Just go in the gym and pick up a dumbbell. That's where it starts, guys. Like, just like it doesn't matter what you're doing. Like, you could do literally, like, that's the whole process and that's the journey of it, is you got to figure out how to do these things, you know, and look up videos or whatever, but just do whatever you got to do to be happy and, you know, like, look in the mirror and feel good about yourself, you know? All right, well, I'll leave you guys off with just a quote that I've always heard, and people just, I don't know, this one just resonates with me, I feel like, and it's that there's 100 reasons not to do something, and there's only one reason to do something, you know? So remember, guys, there's a million excuses for not doing something, and there's one reason to do something, and that one reason is always more powerful than those thousands, millions, whatever number you want to say, trillions of things that you could be doing. A lot of them are meaningless, you know? So just always remember that when you feel like you don't want to do something, And just remember that you could be doing anything else, but going to the gym is always a good thing to do. I don't know. And I'll leave you guys off with that quote. Peace.